Pausanias' speech on love in Plato's Symposium. Pausanias' speech in Plato's Symposium builds upon Phaedrus' earlier discussion of love by offering a nuanced and sophisticated exploration of the concept. Pausanias introduces a distinction between two kinds of love, rooted in the duality of the goddess Aphrodite, and argues that not all forms of love are equal in their moral and philosophical value. His speech is essential for understanding the ethical dimensions of love and its role in fostering virtue and intellectual growth. The two Aphrodites and the duality of love. Pausanias begins his speech by identifying two distinct forms of love, corresponding to the two aspects of Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Heavenly love, Uranian Aphrodite. This form of love arises from the goddess who is born of Uranus, the sky, and is untainted by physical desire. Heavenly love is intellectual and spiritual, focused on the cultivation of virtue and the development of the soul. It is directed toward the mind and character of the beloved rather than their physical attributes. Common love, Pandemian Aphrodite. This form of love is associated with the younger Aphrodite, born of Zeus and Dion. It is primarily physical and indiscriminate, concerned with superficial attractions and fleeting pleasures. Common love is not discerning and can be directed toward men or women without regard for their character or intellect. By establishing this duality, Pausanias argues that the value of love depends on its nature and the intentions behind it. Heavenly love, guided by reason and virtue, is superior and leads to noble outcomes, while common love is base and self-indulgent. The ethics of love. Pausanias emphasizes the importance of ethical considerations in love. He contends that true love should aim to improve both the lover and the beloved, fostering a relationship that encourages moral and intellectual growth. This idea reflects the Greek concept of eurydi, virtue, and the belief that love can be a vehicle for achieving excellence. In contrast, love motivated solely by physical desire lacks this ethical dimension and is often exploitative or harmful. Pausanias criticizes relationships that prioritize immediate gratification over mutual respect and self-improvement, warning that such love is transient and unworthy of admiration. Pederasty and the ideal relationship. Pausanias' speech reflects the cultural norms of classical Athens, particularly the practice of pederasty. In our society, pederasty is immoral and illegal, but back then it was a socially sanctioned relationship between an adult male, erastes, and a younger male, eraminos. Pausanias argues that when these relationships are good, but it is not good to sexualize young children, they are not allowed to grow up naturally. It is now recognized as evil. In an ideal relationship, the lover seeks to educate and guide the beloved, helping them to cultivate virtue and wisdom. The beloved, in turn, is inspired by the lover's dedication and strives to live up to their ideals. This mutual striving for excellence creates a partnership that benefits both parties and contributes to the betterment of society. Pausanias acknowledges, however, that not all pederastic relationships adhere to these ideals. It is wrong to teach sex or have sex with children. He condemns those driven by common love, which prioritize physical gratification over genuine affection and mutual improvement. Such relationships, he argues, lack the moral foundation necessary for true love. Laws and customs governing love. A significant portion of Pausanias' speech is devoted to examining the laws and customs that regulate love in different societies. He observes that attitudes toward love vary widely, reflecting the cultural values and priorities of each community. Persia and barbarian cultures. Pausanias notes that in despotic societies, such as Persia, love is often suppressed or controlled by the state. These societies view love as a potential threat to order and authority, as it fosters individual loyalty and independence. Athens and Greek city-states. In democratic societies like Athens, love is more openly celebrated, though it is subject to social and ethical scrutiny. Pausanias highlights the importance of distinguishing between noble and base forms of love, arguing that only relationships guided by heavenly love should be encouraged and honored. Pausanias suggests that laws and customs should reflect a society's commitment to virtue and excellence, promoting relationships that contribute to the moral and intellectual development of its citizens. By regulating love in this way, societies can ensure that it serves a constructive and elevating purpose. The role of shame and honor. Pausanias introduces the concepts of shame, eidos, and honor, time, as crucial elements in evaluating love. He argues that a relationship guided by heavenly love is inherently honorable because it is based on mutual respect and the pursuit of virtue. Such relationships are free from shame and worthy of admiration. In contrast, relationships driven by common love are often characterized by shame, as they prioritize physical desires over moral and intellectual growth. Pausanias contends that true love requires a sense of accountability and a commitment to living up to the highest ideals. Pausanias' contribution to the dialogue. Pausanias' speech represents a significant development in the philosophical exploration of love within the Symposium. By distinguishing between heavenly and common love, he introduces a framework for evaluating the ethical dimensions of love and its impact on human relationships. His emphasis on mutual improvement and the cultivation of virtue aligns with the broader philosophical themes of the dialogue, particularly the idea that love can serve as a bridge between the mortal and the divine. Pausanias' speech also sets the stage for subsequent speakers, who build on his ideas and offer additional perspectives on the nature of love. Critique and limitations. While Pausanias' speech provides a valuable framework for understanding love, it has certain limitations that are addressed by later speakers in the Symposium. One critique is that his focus on the duality of love may oversimplify the complexities of human relationships. By categorizing love as either heavenly or common, Pausanias risks overlooking the nuanced and multifaceted nature of love. Additionally, his emphasis on pederasty reflects the cultural norms of classical Athens, but may not resonate with modern audiences. While his ideas about mutual improvement and the pursuit of virtue are timeless, the specific context in which they are applied may limit their broader applicability. These limitations are addressed in later speeches, particularly those of Socrates and Diotima, who offer a more comprehensive and universal understanding of love. Nevertheless, Pausanias' speech remains a crucial contribution to the dialogue, highlighting the ethical and philosophical dimensions of love and its potential to inspire greatness. Conclusion. Pausanias' speech in Plato's Symposium offers a thoughtful and nuanced exploration of love, emphasizing its dual nature and its role in fostering virtue and intellectual growth. By distinguishing between heavenly and common love, Pausanias provides a framework for evaluating the ethical dimensions of love and its impact on human relationships. Pausanias' speech in Plato's Symposium offers a thoughtful and nuanced exploration of love, emphasizing its dual nature and its role in fostering virtue and intellectual growth. By distinguishing between heavenly and common love, Pausanias provides a framework for evaluating the ethical dimensions of love and its impact on human relationships. Heavenly love, as described by Pausanias, originates from the older Aphrodite, born of Uranus. It transcends physical attraction, focusing instead on intellectual and spiritual connection. This form of love seeks to cultivate virtue and wisdom, fostering mutual improvement between lovers and elevating their souls toward greater moral and philosophical ideals. While his perspective is rooted in the cultural norms of classical Athens, the themes he addresses, such as the pursuit of virtue, the importance of mutual improvement, and the ethical evaluation of love, remain relevant and thought-provoking. Pausanias' speech invites readers to reflect on the nature of love and its capacity to elevate individuals and society, offering insights that continue to inspire and challenge us today. Here is a poem written by Sappho's of the island of Lesbos. That man seems to me to be equal to the gods, who is sitting opposite you, and hears you nearby, speaking sweetly, and laughing delightfully, which indeed makes my heart flutter in my breast. For when I look at you even for a short time, it is no longer possible for me to speak, but it is as if my tongue is broken, and immediately a subtle fire has run over my skin. I cannot see anything with my eyes, and my ears are buzzing. A cold sweat comes over me, trembling, seizes me all over. I am paler than grass, and I seem nearly to have died. But everything must be dared/endured, since even a poor man Please watch my next video which details Eryximachus' speech on love in Plato's Symposium. Eryximachus' speech introduces a scientific and medical perspective on love, broadening the discussion beyond human relationships to include a cosmic and universal dimension. As a physician, Eryximachus draws upon his expertise to argue that love, or eros, governs not only human interactions, but also the natural world and the harmony of the universe. I hope you are enjoying these.